The truth. That's all. No BS here. I have no time for that. I have no time for drama. I have no time for these, spirituality games. You have to dress this way, you have to look that way, you have to, that's such nonsense. And again, it's another trap of that spiritualized ego, which is the worst to break through. Absolutely the worst of it. None of those things mean anything. And people take it as big points of, ooh, look there, it must be the real deal. It's such BS. I'm here to break through those stereotypes. This is why I have tattoos. This is why I do what I do. Sometimes I'm in robes, sometimes I'm not, because it doesn't mean one hill of beans. The truth is not going to change no matter what's worn. And to say that one is one tradition and it's better than another tradition, all nonsense. Have I been initiated into a tradition? Yes, I have. That's valid. Is it any indication of anything? No. I don't care. One can be in a long tradition and a history of it that's been, and they say, because I'm in the Naga Baba tradition, it's the oldest tradition on the earth and the planet. Well, fine. I'm initiated into that tradition, but what the hell does it mean? That's no indication that you know what you're talking about. The tradition's old and may only show maybe what type of point of focus is going to be there. It's not any indication or guarantee that this teacher or whatever actually knows anything. That's all. That's the truth of it. It just shows what kind of a direction that they're going and maybe what they're espousing. That's all. But anyway, no matter whether it's Buddhist, and yes, I've been initiated into Buddhist traditions. The name is Karmaso Namongmo. That's the Buddhist tradition name. I've been initiated into, the Naga Baba community. And it's Kala Udamanandagiri, okay? But what does that mean? Eventually, really, in any tradition, a genuine realized being is going to break through all the conditions. All of that has to be broken through to that one undeniable truth. And once one is in that undeniable truth of is, then all these traditions, you understand what direction they're trying to go, but you also understand all the bullshit that's grown up around them. And what's not beneficial. And how it's become occluded by those that are, want to try to understand it intellectually and then espouse on it, and give all this drama. And it just puts people in more bondage many times than breaking through the bondage. So really, in the end, if you ask me what tradition, I can't really say it's Hindu. I can't really say it's Buddhist. I can't really say, it's Christian. I can talk from all three traditions equally as validly. But one has to break through all of those traditions because not one is valid more right than another in the end. One has to strip them all bare. All of them have to be stripped bare and gone beyond. That's the truth of the matter. So don't get so locked into, Buddhism is better than Hinduism. Hinduism is better than Christianity. Christianity is better than Hinduism. Just nonsense. Yes, they all had teachers in the beginning, valid teachers that were there to try to break through the conditionings of the day and bring more wisdom and enlightenment to the population. But then they become very occluded the further it's in process, because the less genuine realized beings are there to carry on the tradition and carry on breaking through the drama. You know? And a genuine teacher is there to break through the drama and the occluding mind rather than creating more occlusion and more drama that's being held to as a tradition. Okay. Again, another paradox.
You have some gurus attaching themselves to traditions and they just make it up. It's not even true.
Well, that happens true, but you know, again, where do traditions spring from? They have to start somewhere. You know, and that's how those things come into being. They had to start with somebody. You know, all these ideas start with somebody. And then another says, oh, that's great. And then it becomes a tradition, you know. That's the way it evolves. And then it becomes accepted, and then it becomes it has to be this way, a must be, you know. But yeah, I mean, let's look at it. Let's look at this realistically. Let's look at this realistically. That's all. It has to be looked at realistically. Some traditions, you know, it's great for those that are just beginning the path. It gives them something to cling to. It gives them some foundation, something, you know, that they can bring into their lives, that they can do concretely, that helps to make them feel like they're progressing and getting better in their lives. But eventually, all of that has to be broken through and stripped bare. You know? That's all. It's like the yo-yo. It goes out so far and then it gets pulled back in, you know? That's all. So it all has its place, you know, along the journey. But let's come to a little bit more wisdom about it and understanding on how it works and look at it in a valid, realistic way. Without all the projections of what one has read and, you know, Shangri-La and, you know, all these, you know, the muktas and that live in the Himalayas, you know, forever and all of this drama. You know, like Aurobindo, well, you're going to take the body with you. Did he take the body with him? The answer is no. The answer is no. So let's let go of this false nonsense. Like I used to know some guy that was very full of himself in Rishikesh. He'd come down and, I'm like anyone else. I said, yes, I know you are. Yes, you know. I'm working on my light body. And I go, yeah, and when the body falls, what do you have? All you have left is a light body. And so you're doing this why? You know, really, what a waste of time to work on a light body. When the body falls and transitions, all that's left is a subtle body, which is a light body. So, you know, just again, so much drama in place for what? For what? Let's break through the mental conditionings. Let's break through the revolving mind spin. You know, allow it to be burnt out or eat its own tail until all that's left is realization. And then one is really, truly liberated and free and off the wheel of karma. Otherwise, you're playing another karmic game with karmic consequences. That's the truth of it. And you can be on that wheel as long as you want. No harm, no foul. I'm not saying there's something wrong with it. If you want to be on the wheel of karma, stay on the wheel of karma. Enjoy it. You know, play the game. That's fine. You know. But if you're done and you're tired of it and you want to move forward, then get honest with it, with what needs to be done, and get to it. Let's get to it. That's all. So thank you for allowing this satsang to take place this morning. Once again, I want to thank those that wanted to, come forward with all of their speculation and their drama and allow this satsang to take place today, because it gave a topic for allowing it to come forward. Because if something doesn't come up, there's nothing that comes up here. It's quiet. Nothing comes up to be spoken of. So stay.